Welcome to the Hawley Area Community Show. I'm your host, Jody, and I'm here with a friend of mine, Queenie Belcourt, who lives in the trailer court in Hawley, Minnesota. And she's invited me into her home because among her dogs, she has a very interesting pet, and that's her bird. Help me.
An African gray Congo parrot.
An African Congo gray parrot by the name of?
Beaker.
Well, Beaker and Queenie, welcome to the show. Now, I know that you've had two birds now, correct? And when did you first get Beaker?
I got Beaker about a year and a half ago. I owned my other African gray for 15 years.
Wow.
And so then I got this one. My other one died suddenly, so then I got this one.
And what is usually their life expectancy?
Anywhere from 50 to 75, if fed well, good foods, 100 years.
Are you kidding me? 100 years. Wow, I had no idea. And so does this bird talk? He's making some sound?
Yes, he does talk.
Yeah? Okay, so how do you, do they, when they're little, do they start talking, or how does that work?
They start talking by the time they're about 6 months old. They start mimicking things.
Really? So you have to really be careful around here,
What'd you say? And they start sounding everything out when they start.
Really?
Yeah, they'll stutter and they'll start,
When they're little? Mm-hmm. Oh, but this bird is how old?
15.
15. Oh my goodness. So this bird talks. So does the bird talk to you? Would it talk to me? Or
He will. If I leave the room, he'll yell for you. Or if the phone rings, he'll answer the phone. If the dogs are barking, he'll yell at the dogs. If somebody's at the door, he'll tell them come in.
Wow.
It's a show.
It's a show.
Fun.
How fun.
He's good.
So you had a bird of some sort for about 15 years. And what do you like about having a bird?
I love parrots. They're a lot of fun, but they're a lot of work. It's an all-day job. It really is.
I have known a few people that have had different exotic birds, and I know it hasn't always worked out so well, and we're going to talk in the second half of the show a little bit more about that, but it must be worth the effort from...
I love it. It's a lot of work, but I love it.
So compared to raising a child, is it more difficult or less difficult, or...
About the same as a 2-year-old.
Wow.
It is.
So you have an eternal 2-year-old in the home.
By the time they get to about 15 where he's at, then they're like a 14-year-old teenager.
Really? Wow.
Yep. They have the intelligence of a 13-year-old. They can put puzzles together. They can count. He does a lot of money. He'll put money in the bank. I'll give him pennies, and then he puts money in the bank. But a lot of times he just pushes them down to the end of the island, and they go right in the garbage. So he chooses to do that.
This is his playground?
This is his playtime from about anywhere from 4 to 6. He's on here.
So he has a schedule?
Yep. You have a schedule for them every single day. A parrot can't just sit in the cage. You have to do things with them every day.
I think a lot of people don't realize that.
No. If you just leave a parrot in a cage all day, all they do is scream the entire day. They want to play. They want everything.
I suppose if you put a 2-year-old in a cage, they do the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, he is beautiful. We're going to take
He's fun. I love it.
Yeah, we're going to take a little break and talk more about just kind of these kind of high-maintenance animals.
Yes.
So we'll be right back. And we're back with Queenie Belcourt, who is, I would say, the bird lady of Hawley, because you do have extensive knowledge about birds. In fact, you have even done rehabilitation for a bird, correct? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I had a green Amazon that was in Fargo that was terrified of anybody who even made eye contact with him. So I took him in and put him in one of my bedrooms and then just slowly worked with him until I finally got him out here to my living room.
And how long did that take to
He was here 7 months.
Oh, my goodness.
It took every day a little bit each day of me just sitting in the doorway reading, having him watch me, and doesn't happen overnight. It takes months.
So people that see that beautiful green bird and they want to own it, what should they know about these birds?
They should. I did a lot of research for about a year and a half. And then when I got my parrot, it was nothing that I learned. It was way more. I think it should be a law that everybody should have to do so much knowledge of them before they can own one.
The research.
They're a lot of work.
Yeah, and you were talking about how this bird has a schedule.
Yep.
And so that other bird that you were rehabbing, they basically had no knowledge of what it should eat or sleep or.
And people don't realize that they need a bedtime. And I did right away at first, and I did do that right away at first. And 12 hours of sleep every night.
Wow.
Every night. They go to bed at 7 at night. You get them up at 7 in the morning. I get up, I make scrambled eggs, I do the toast, they have to have all healthy foods,
so
vegetables.
They eat scrambled eggs, or you?
They eat all table food, yep.
They eat all table food?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Isn't even really healthy for them, it's just really fattening. So you want to limit that to a lot.
Okay.
You want to give them as much fruits and vegetables as you can.
And so they need 12 hours of sleep, and what happens if they don't get 12 hours?
Oh, they pretty well act like a 2-year-old the rest of the day.
Once again, like a 2-year-old. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Wow. And so the food has to be, and then you had mentioned there's some toxic things that people...
Oh, yeah, in your home you have to be careful with candles and aerosol cans and cleaners, and a lot of it's toxic. Pans with...
with Teflon?
Teflon, you can't have any of that kind of stuff at all. You have to, nothing.
I bet a lot of people don't realize that
Toasters have it even. So you have to be careful when you buy a toaster.
Wow. And so what would happen to a bird?
Once it's heated to over 500 degrees, it gives off a gas film and they die. They can die.
Mm-hmm. Is that why you think birds die of premature death? Is it because of what they eat?
There's a lot, yeah. It's a lot. If people don't know, I mean, many people I just ask, they'll call me and ask me about it. It's like, I'll tell them what it's like to own a parrot. And they're like, oh, maybe not. It's a lot of work. Or people say, I never knew that.
Yeah.
I never even knew that.
And some people have the time, and they really, like you say it's worth it. And so, of course, something that you would love that much, you're going to get love back. However, having a 2-year-old for 100 years is work and dedication.
They have to have showers every week. You have to shower them.
Really?
Yep. You have to, yearly checkups, nail clipping, wing clipping, a lot of hands-on, because they're extremely intelligent and they can't just sit in a cage. And people get them for looks and they put them in a cage and they do a lot of screaming.
And they do a lot of screaming. Wow. Well, I think this has been so informative because, it looks fun, but for a gal like me on the go, I don't think I could do it. So I really commend you. And you have a lucky bird.
He's fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming to the show, Queenie.
You're welcome.
Until next time.